What's up? My name's Ben and welcome back to Muffy Malone Brewing. Today we are going to be brewing a golden ale with a bit of a difference. It's going to have some fresh quinces from my front yard in there. So for the golden ale today, it's going to be kind of hard to call it a golden ale because it's going to be on the, lower end of the style guidelines. We're going to be shooting for an SRM of about 4.6. So it's a bit light for a golden ale, but still kind of just scrapes in there. The malts we'll be using today will be pale malt, wheat malt, and carapils. So it's a very, very simple grain bill. It's going to be a single hop. It'll be around about 15 IBUs, and we're going to be using Galaxy hops. There'll be a 30-minute addition at flame out, and then there'll also be a dry hop after about 5 days of fermentation. We'll mash in for about 60 minutes at 62 degrees. The quinces will come in actually on a second mash, and that will be done once we've removed the grain. We're going to keep it below 70, and then we're going to slowly essentially poach the quince in the wort for another hour after that, before we start our boil and add our hops. Okay, so to prepare the quinces ready for the mash, just going to give them a peel. I'm not going to be too pedantic about getting every last little bit off. Just want to get rid of the furry outside skins. Those will go into chicken feed or compost or whatever it is that you've got. And then just going to cut them up into small pieces, but not too small to where they will just fall apart once they go into the mash. So we'll do that with the remaining quinces, and then they'll be ready to go into the mash. So we have about 2.5 kilos here, which hopefully should be just perfect. So we're done with our 60-minute mash now. We've hit a pre-boil gravity of 1037, which is exactly what we were looking for, so that's really good. We've got all the quinces cut and in a grain bag, so they are ready to go in now and steep. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove our grains, and then we're going to get the quince in and keep going with the mash at 65, and we'll aim to go for an hour, but I'm going to keep tasting the wort as we go along, and I may pull them out earlier if I'm happier with the flavour. We are ready to get our quince in now. So we've got the wort here, which is still sitting at about 65. Just going to go ahead and drop our quinces straight in and let them chill out for a little while. So at this point, I'm aiming to mash these for about an hour, but I'm just going to check the flavour and basically see how it goes and pull them out when I'm ready. We are done now mashing the quince in. We've ended up going for actually a lot longer than I anticipated to get the flavour that I was looking for from the quince. So we've ended up going for 80 minutes. And I've actually ended up cranking the mash up a little bit to 75 degrees. It just wasn't really getting where I needed it to be. But now there's some really nice, soft, subtle quince notes to the beer. Not picking up any of the tartness, just some of the sweety fruitness. So I think it'll be really good. So I'm going to get the quince out now and then bring it up to the boil and get ready for our hop additions. We've been at a rolling boil now for about 30 minutes, so we're ready for our first hop addition. So here we have 10 grams of Galaxy hops, which are going to go in now for 30 minutes. And then once again at flame out, we are going to put another 10 grams in. What we're about to do now is kill the power, and we'll add our final hop addition, which is another 10 grams of Galaxy. So we've had our wort recirculating through our counterflow chiller. So what we're ready to do now is get this beer cooling down. So we'll just turn the water on and we'll get it cooling down. Hopefully the water temperature should get it cooled down pretty quickly today. So we've got some pretty cold water and be ready to pitch your yeast soon. And we've come to the original gravity of 1060. So what's left now to do is just to aerate the beer a little bit and pitch your yeast and get it into the fermenter. Using Saf Ale US 05 yeast. Just going to do a dry pitch. Had really good experiences with this yeast by just doing a dry pitch without having a starter, and don't see any need to change that now. And here we have it, the Quince beer. To start the tasting, let's address the colour and the look. First things first, it is far from a golden ale. I unfortunately made a bit of a mistake thinking when I did the grain bill for this beer that if I aimed a bit lighter that the red colour coming off the quinces would step it up into a golden ale sort of colour, but the quinces gave off absolutely no colour at all. So we kind of got left with, I guess, a blonde ale. It is absolutely crystal clear, which is awesome. It's, yeah, couldn't ask for a better looking blonde ale. It's a shame I was aiming for a golden, but hey, we live and we learn. In terms of the aroma coming off of the beer, it's actually has a really nice floral aroma coming off. You can definitely smell the quince in the beer. The perfumey flavour from the quince is very apparent on the nose. So yeah, let's have a taste. So very light, very drinkable. The quince offers a really nice sort of floral note. It doesn't really pack a big punch, which kind of surprises me because quinces are very overpowering fruit at times, and I definitely expected it to probably come through a little bit more than it did. But in saying that, because it's quite subtle, it actually is a really good flavour. In terms of the malty backbone to it, the wheat is definitely coming through. It's got a bit of a grassy character about it, which is good, especially if you like wheat beers. It's something I would like to possibly try and change in the future, but yeah, once again, super crushable beer. And yeah, good for a nice hot day. So yeah, very happy with the way it turned out. Cheers.